Only the weak are sent on the safe path. Youth ends with selfishness, old age begins with living for others. There is no woman in the world you can't live without. And no woman you can't get along with. Only the thoughts we live with have value. When we hate someone, we hate in their image what is in ourselves. What is not in us does not touch us. Not all childhood friends pass the test of time. Today, everyone can learn to read, but only a few understand. What a powerful talisman is entrusted to them. Truth is lived with, not taught. If we can make a person happier and more cheerful, we should do so in any case, whether they ask us to or not. A person is an onion, made up of hundreds of layers. A fabric of many threads. We should not get into the habit clinging to wishes we don't believe in. The things we see are the same things that are within us. There is no reality other than the one we carry within us. Love can be asked for, bought, received or found on the street. But it cannot be forced. You can't live without a mother, you can't die without a mother. Writing is good, thinking is better, wisdom is good, patience is better. When an animal or a person focuses all his attention and all his will to a certain goal, then he will achieve it. You think you are close to God, you embrace a woman. You think you have achieved harmony, but in truth you are only blaming your guilt and suffering onto a distant, future being. There is nothing to be afraid of in the world, nothing is terrible. Only in our own crazy minds do we torment ourselves with all these terrors. Only in our own frightened soul. Do good and evil, value and nothingness, desire and illness arise. Happiness has nothing to do with reason or ethics. It is in its essence something magical. That belongs to the archaic, youthful stages of humanity. Most people do not want to swim until they have learned to swim. Every person considers the suffering that comes to them to be the greatest. Learn to take seriously what needs to be taken seriously. And laugh at the rest. You have to pay attention to everything, because everything can be interpreted. If I can no longer put your worries and suffering in order, then I can no longer pursue you. If I can no longer share your worries and suffering with you, and can't infect myself with them, does not mean that I do not respect them and take them seriously. Because the love of truth, intellectual honesty, loyalty to the laws and methods of the Spirit, in favor of other interests, even the interests of the fatherland, is treason. There is silence within yourself. A sanctuary into which you can retreat at any time. To be with yourself. Straight lines only exist in geometry. Not in nature and not in life. Man is only ever separated from everything he desires by time. It is one of the pillars, one of the bridges that must first be dismantled. If you want freedom. Basically, man only shows freedom in the choice of his dependencies. A bird breaks out of an egg. The egg is the world. If you want to be born, you have to destroy a world. If, for once, you come across a person who understands you a little better than the others, then that person is in the thing. Who has made you fall in love with the thing? The person who made you fall in love with the thing. This person is in the same situation as you. Is suffering in the same way or is just awakening. You should not compare yourself with others. And if nature has created them as a bat, they should not try to become an ostrich. What is most difficult to achieve is what is most desired. When music decays, it is always a sure sign of the downfall of the rule and the state. You can watch people with all their stupidity. You can laugh at them or sympathize with them. But you shouldn't stop them from going their own way. A person is happier when he lives for others than if he lives only for himself. Look closely enough and you will know more about a person than they do. You search too much, by searching too much you don't find. Animals are more genuine than humans. They don't want to flatter you, they don't want to make an impression on you. nothing pretended. They are as they are, as they are. They are like stones and flowers or like the stars in the sky. To the one whose life forces are weakened from the beginning, no medicine in the world will prolong life. Man prefers to suffer and do penance outwardly than to change in the soul. What one person considers his treasure and his wisdom sounds like foolishness to another. People who do not follow the herd are rare everywhere. He loved and found himself in the process. Most love to lose themselves. Every healthy lifestyle must have meaning and purpose. A full life can only be lived at the expense of self. Love should neither ask nor demand. Love should have the power to convince itself. Then it does not attract something, but attracts itself. The true vocation of every human being consists of only one thing: to come to oneself. No one dreams of something that does not concern him. Without intrusive ideas, no books are written at all. World history is an endless, talentless and boring account of violence exercised by the strong over the weak. World history is an endless, talentless and boring account of violence perpetrated by the strong on the weak. And how beautiful the world is when you look at it like this, so simple, so childlike, without any searching. You do not force it, do not beat it, do not command it, because you know that gentleness is stronger than hardness, water stronger than rocks, love stronger than fear. Man is a strange creature that cannot be relied upon. Nothing was, nothing will be, everything is, and the essence of everything lies in its presence. The absence of friends is a sign that a person has many hobbies and a lot of personal time. Knowledge can be passed on, but wisdom never can. You can find it, live with it, make it your sail, perform miracles with it. But to put it into words, to teach someone with it, is impossible. The body of every human being is whole, the soul is not.